them with you. It says, being a mother is learning about the strengths you didn't know you had and dealing with fears you never knew existed. And we all know it takes a village to raise a child. And this is true, but it also takes a village to be a human, to feel connected and to thrive. So, with that being said, I just want to thank you all for joining us and being here with us. As moms, we know that our time is very valuable, so we're going to move right into it. And I just want to really just appreciate you all for joining us. Um, I'm going to quickly put up our income disclaimer because you may be hearing some stories and testimonials about income. And so just want to put our disclosure on there before we even get started. And I want to introduce myself. My name is Amanda Ariano. I am a mama of five. This year is a very bittersweet year for me because I literally have a baby at every level. I have a senior, a freshman, a sixth grader, and two kindergartners. I started my journey back in April of 2021 when one of my very, very best friends, Carissa, introduced me to this program. I was able to um, get my body healthy. At the time, I didn't realize I really needed to work on my mental health, my mindset. And last year, actually, I was just telling my coach today that tomorrow is my 1 year coaching anniversary. So tomorrow will be my 1 year that I really took a chance to see how this is going to impact my life financially and just to pay this gift forward. And so tomorrow's my 1 year anniversary with that. So super excited to be part of this community. This community is amazing and has provided me so much value and inspiration. And I just want to be able to share it with everybody that I can because it has literally not just changed my life, but saved my life. So, who are we? We are a group of people who are on a mission to just get healthier. Um, and we are um, followers of Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. He is the founder of our program. He is the medical director of OPTAVIA, valedictorian, graduating first class in medical school. You can see all of his accolades here, but I really say that he's my adopted doctor because he is the one who's really paving the way for us as a clinical care physician. He was really working with people in triage. And I remember him saying one time that he can save people's lives today, but he cannot guarantee their life tomorrow. And that there was nothing really available for people to really develop strong, healthy habits early on to prevent a lot of these weight causing diseases. So he left his medical practice to develop this system. And now here we are on a journey to, we're on a mission with Dr. A for lifelong transformation so that we can really just help people develop healthy habits, one healthy habit at a time for lifelong health and transformation. I'm super excited. I found this little meme because I thought this was perfect for how maybe I felt before I found this program. Um, Says me trying to raise kids, exercise, excel in my work, not be broke, stay hydrated, get enough sleep, maintain the house, and not lose my mind. This was very much me before I had started. But we really focus on the trilogy of health. And when we talk about the trilogy of health, we talk about a healthy body, a healthy mind, and healthy finances, and how it all works together to really help us be the very best versions. And we call it the dominant force in our lives. So we'll touch on that later on each component. But now I want to introduce you to this amazing woman. And my friend, mentor, coaching partner, Amanda Frazier, and she's so humble, so kind, so sweet. And I just can't wait for you to hear her story. So, Amanda, when you're ready.
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
Am I on? All right, cool. Let me set my timer so I can talk. All right. Hi, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight. So thanks again, Amanda, for asking me to be a part of this. I'm really excited. So um, I'm Amanda Leyva Frazier. I am Jamil Frazier's wife, the other half of our duo. So we are independent health coaches with OPTAVIA. And just to give you, to give you a little bit of snippet of my life is we started this back. I started my own personal health journey in 2012. So a year after our oldest was born. And back then, I struggled. I struggled with my weight. I struggled with everything. I struggled with being a new mom. I struggled in my relationship. I struggled at work, just kind of getting my bearings back. And I know some of you can relate to that, right? Especially if you are moms or a new mom, you're struggling a little bit. You're trying to figure it out. And honestly, your body is like one of the last things you're thinking about, right? So that was definitely it for me. It took me a whole year to finally like throw in the towel and be like, okay, I can't do this myself. Like I need help. And luckily enough, my husband's best friend's mother was a coach, and she reached out to us. And like most people, I was dodging her like crazy. But I finally said yes. And Jamil and I, my husband, we jumped on program, and I lost that weight within 2 months. I lost 25 pounds in 2 months. Results not typical, but so I lost that weight. And not just the weight loss was huge for me, it was how I felt mentally. I would come home not exhausted from work, and I'd pick up my 1-year-old and go play at the park for a few hours and then get dinner started and do all that. And so at that time I was a behavioral therapist for kids with autism, and I had no interest whatsoever leaving my job. My husband did. He was a pharmaceutical sales rep, and he wanted to leave his job, but I did not. And so he jumped into coaching, and I was like, great, good for you. And so I did my thing. And so a few years went by, and we had our second. And when I got pregnant with her in 2014, I started thinking like, you know what? I kind of want to be home. I toyed with it. Like I struggled with my identity of being a mom, but also then having my career. But there was a part of me that wanted to stay home. And so crazy enough is she ended up putting me in the hospital. My water broke at 30 weeks with her. And I was in the hospital for I think 4 weeks. So she came at 34 weeks. 6 weeks early, and that quickly put me out of commission. I no longer could work. Now we had a preemie. We had a child who needed more from me. And so Jamil was like, you know what? You need to stay home. And we were at the position at that time where I could stay home. He worked our business to the point where I could stay home. And I came home and I wanted to then work with clients and coaches as well. So funny enough, I jumped ship from my job as a behavioral therapist, working with children, modifying their behaviors, to then working with adults, trying to get healthy and modify their behaviors. So it was an easy transition for me, right? So that was how I then started coaching. So now we have 4 children. I just had my youngest in October of this past year. So he is 10 months, and we're rocking and rolling. We have 4 children. We've got a lot going on. But we've moved from our little 800 square foot apartment to a 2-bedroom condo, then to our house that we were able to buy in Long Beach. And then we jumped ship from Long Beach and went and moved out here to San Diego. And life is drastically different. I am home all day with the kids, which can be a little crazy. It's funny, that meme that she had up earlier, that's me all the time, but in a much healthier in a much healthier way, mentally, physically, all that. I have a lot more emotional intelligence with dealing with all these little children, but I'm home for them. I'm home for my husband. He and I, we work together. He pulls me in when he needs me. I pull him in with the kids when I need him. And we're a well-oiled machine that has its kinks, because everyone does, but we figure it out, and we have grown so much mentally to where these little things don't just completely derail us. So, oh, that's my timer. Dang it. So if I can just leave you with anything, that would be, if you have any type of, question of what this can do for you, reach out to the person who invited you to the call. I highly recommend giving it a try. Your life will be changed, and I hope you all have a great night. Thanks so much, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda. Oh my gosh, you are an inspiration. So I really, really appreciate your words. Um, all right. Next, we have up another amazing woman. She's also my business mentor, health coach. I work with her often. So we're going to bring on Floor. Let's see here. So Floor is going to be sharing now. And are you there, Floor?
I'm here. Thank you, Amanda, for putting all this together. I'm so excited to be here with you all and speak amongst these boss moms. Oh my gosh. You guys, my name is Flor Palomino Richard. I am a mother of two. I have a 2-year-old rambunctious little girl and a 2-month-old baby boy. He's 10 weeks now. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I am also a health coach. So my story has evolved quite a bit over the last 6 years or so since OPTAVIA came into our lives. 6 years ago, my husband James, for those of you who don't know him, his name is James. He came into OPTAVIA for the business opportunity. He's a serial entrepreneur, and he really saw this as something that could replace mostly everything else he was doing. So we wanted to give the program a try. We did, and both of us combined lost 30 pounds in 30 days. So we saw the program worked. And over the last 6 years, we've seen our families, our friends, and strangers who are now friends. We've seen their lives transform as well, from saying yes to OPTAVIA. And so fast forward to 2.5 years ago, when I had my daughter Luna. It was over the pandemic. So I did gain a little bit of pandemic plus pregnancy weight, right? I did work from home for a little bit during that time. And like many others, I turned to food for comfort. And, I said, oh, it's cravings, I'm pregnant, it's all good. But once I had her, I just felt so out of body. I felt unattractive. I felt like I was messy, and I was so sleep deprived. I would sleepwalk, and I would do and say things I didn't remember the next day. It was like I was trapped in someone else's body. I can't even describe it any other way. So because of my postpartum depression, I had to be medicated because it was so bad. But that's okay. It was hard for me to find the motivation to eat healthy, to work out, to get moving. But I knew I had to. There was no other way. I just had to dig myself out of that hole. Otherwise, I wouldn't be the parent that I wanted to be for my daughter, right? So I did our Nursing Mothers program for the first time, because the last time I had done our program, it was a different program. So we have different programs. So I did the Nursing Mother program, and in less than 3 months, I lost my 20 pounds that I had gained. But it wasn't just the physical weight. I mean, that part was the easy part. If you follow the program, you'll get the results, right? That part's simple. It's not easy, it's simple. It was also my mindset and my depression. I mean, once my body started getting healthy, once I started feeding my body and my mind the right things, it was just like a domino effect. Everything else in my life, I wanted to improve, right? So I saw a lot of benefit from that. And I get it. I'm a working mom. Sometimes I get home and I just want to plop on the couch with a glass of wine and watch some Netflix once the kids are asleep. But where's that going to get me in the long run? It's nothing good. So I try to squeeze in every moment that I have to get some exercise, get some reading done, some personal development to make myself a better person and a better parent. And that's really what this program has done for my mindset as well. And I realized, the key is recognizing your emotions and your unconscious habits that you have and your triggers so that you can learn to take control of all of that. So it's been 6 years now since we've been adopted Dr. A's Habits of Health. So with my second pregnancy last year, it was a little bit easier for me to stay in the habit. I mean, I'm Mexican, so I wanted my pan dulce, I wanted my tacos, I wanted all the good stuff, right? But I did indulge every now and then, but it got to the point where I said, this isn't going to do any good for me. It's not going to do any good for my baby. So I got to stop. I got to eat the right things. And really, we're not eating for two. That's a big lie. You don't eat for two. You only need 300 to 400 extra calories a day to nourish that growing baby. That's like a snack. And then once we're nursing, we only need 400 to 500 extra calories a day. So that's a cop out, right? That's a cop out. So I really, really tried not to indulge. I said, nope, I have to give my son the very best. And I knew it'd be easier for me once I had him to bounce back. And that's what it's been like. I mean, it's not easy all the time. There are times when I'm like, oh, I really want this. I really want that. I'm doing good. I deserve it. But I really try my best. And it's funny, I just went back to work and some of my patients are like, oh, you're lucky. You don't look like you just had a baby. You're just so lucky that your genes, you're automatically like that. And I'm like, if you only knew. I have to bite my tongue because I'm like, you know what? It's all good. I know the work I'm putting in and I know what it takes, and not everybody can. And that's okay. But it is what it is. So when people say you're eating for two, that's a myth. But it's not easy, guys. It's not easy at all, but it is possible, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that we work at every single day. We have to make these choices every single day. And what keeps me going every day is my kids. I really want to lead them by example. I want to set a good example for them to live healthy lives and be active. My daughter, Luna, she walks miles with us. She walks a mile with us every night during our daily walk. She eats her vegetables with every meal, and she's so used to it. She doesn't fight us. She chooses blueberries over Oreo cookies, and I'm so proud of that. It's that those generational curses that you say, I have diabetes because my mom had diabetes, my grandmother had diabetes and high blood pressure, but that's not the way that it has to be. And a lot of the times we might feel like we're turning our back on our culture because, healthy eating is not within my culture, right? But it can be. And that's what I love about our community is we really support each other in different cultural communities. These are some healthy substitutions. There are some healthy substitutions that we can make so that we can still enjoy the flavors of our culture without the guilt and without being, necessarily so unhealthy. And that's what I love about our community. But it hasn't just been that. Also financially, I mean, our lives were completely different before this program came into our lives. Just one thing, I mean, James was able to replace his income from all the other things he was doing within 6 months, results not typical. And now that has afforded us the ability for him to stay home with our kids. And that in itself, guys, I can't even explain the peace of mind that I have that the days that I do have to go to work, I don't have to worry about, having to hire someone that I don't know or wondering if they're okay. Are they taking care of my babies? So for me, that's just completely priceless. So for someone, just that alone can be life-changing, right? Some people work just to take their kids to daycare. So that's really hard as it is. So just having that is such a blessing. So as a nurse practitioner, I decided to join James and Dr. A's mission because I saw how much people's lives can be transformed. And I've seen what's possible, not just physically, but financially as well. I've seen health coaches make what I make in a year. They make that in a month. So that's where I'm trying to go. Okay. But I still love helping people. I love helping people. But let's be real. I want to be home with my babies, and I love what I do as a nurse practitioner. I would never leave that, but I want to be able to control my schedule and say, this is what I'm going to do. This is how much I'm going to work, and be able to do that, without having to blink twice. So, in summary, as nurturers and as parents, as mothers, we oftentimes want to take care of everyone else, our kids, our husbands, our household, and we often neglect our own needs, our own health, right? But we cannot pour from an empty cup, y'all. We just cannot. We cannot. So we need to, what do they say on the airplane? Put your oxygen mask on first, and then you can help everyone else, right? We need to take care of our physical health, our mental health, our financial health, so we can give our kids the best of us, not just what's left of us at the end of the day, the very best of us. So I urge you to reach out to whoever invited you and see what this can do for you, because it can be so amazing when you reignite that fire within you as a woman, as a mother. There's nothing you can't do. Back to you, Amanda.
Oh my goodness, Laura, that was so amazing. Yes, put your oxygen mask on first. I love that. So for our next person that is coming on, I'm so excited. This is what the community can do for you. I met this next person. Actually, we went to our national convention in Atlanta, and we missed each other. We didn't get to see each other, but I found out she lives in Denver near me. And so we were able to connect through the community. And so now I have this amazing woman that I get to connect with and share with. And so I'm going to bring on Cass.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being on today. And I'm so excited to share my story. So I'm Cassandra, but I go by Coach Cass, and I'm 35 years old. I'm a wife and a mother of three. I have Gabriella, who's 6, Aubrey, who's 4, and Levi, who's 6 months old. I work full time in the finance industry, and in the nooks and crannies of my day, I work my coaching business. I became a coach 3 years ago, the day after I signed up to be a client. I was 50 pounds overweight, and I told my coach I only needed to lose 25 pounds. And within the first month of program, I lost 18 pounds. So I got down to my lowest weight, and for me, that was 174 pounds. And my husband and I decided we wanted to go for our third after we had just had our two, and we wanted a boy. And so we started to, well, basically, we got pregnant with our third, and I kind of went through a lot of things mentally, losing all the weight and knowing my background and knowing the struggles that I had went through to gain all the weight and then to lose it. It messed me up mentally. I I had hope that I got pregnant and I was depressed and I wanted to shut off and I wanted to just hide under a rock. But what got me out of that dark place was the fact that I could actually lose the weight that I gained for the baby weight. I could lose that because I have this program. I have the Nursing's Mom program that I did originally when I was on my maternity leave after Levi was 2 months old. And then I switched because I went back to the finance industry and I got on the 4-2-1 plan, which I've been successfully been able to lose 20 pounds thus far, which is getting me right back into under the 200s, hopefully this next week. And so I am what you would consider a busy mom. You know, I have my full-time job, I have the mom, the wife, I mean, even a health coach. Like I have a busy life, but my my hope and my health are based on what I can do for myself. I really have to prioritize my health. I have to prioritize my water. I have to prioritize getting into my my spiritual warfare books, and really focusing on me, because if I can't show up for myself, then I cannot show up for them, show up for him and show up for my husband or work. And so I really have to pour into myself and make myself a priority. So I actually did not put on my timer. Whoops a daisy. But all in all, OPTAVIA has really changed my life since the first time I was introduced to this program to now. I am thriving. I am happy. I am energized. I am loving life. I am more of a better person today because of OPTAVIA and because of all that I have put into me. I show up every single day for everybody around me. if it wasn't for this, I would be under a rock, hiding, not wanting to be seen, fatter than I've ever been. Sorry. But I know I would not have been here right now if it wasn't for this program and it wasn't for these people. The people that I've met on this program, my coaches, my friends, my current and past clients, the strangers, like she said, that have really trusted me to help them on their journey. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. I really would not be here. I never expected my life to be the way that it is after being introduced to OPTAVIA. So my hope for you is that the person who invited you to this call, that you reach out to them. You ask them, what is it that these people are all talking about? Give me the juice. I want to know. And this is sugar-free juice. But anyways, I hope you guys reach out to the person that invited you. Thank you for letting me tell my story and have a good one. Thanks, Amanda.
Thanks, Cass. So much energy and so much value. I'm so happy we've got to connect and just create this sisterhood that we have in coaching. This next person that I get to bring on is a friend that I've been friends with for quite some time. She actually trusted me early on in my coaching journey. She saw what I was doing and she said, "Hey, let me have some of that sugar-free juice Cass was talking about." And she's been with me since the beginning and I appreciate her so much. And so I'm happy to bring on my friend, Stephanie Bueno. Steph, you there?
Sorry, I had to unmute it. I was like, where did it go? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. So as Amanda said, my name is Stephanie Bueno. I reached out to Amanda after my after having my most recent baby. Well, not so much recent. He just turned 11 months. So he will be a year in September. So I have three, with my oldest being 11, my middle one being 3.5. He'll be 4 in October, and then the baby who will be 1 next month. So with my middle one, I had him in 2019. So, after that we hit COVID and I kind of, had the pregnancy weight plus the COVID weight, never really lost it. And so then having my 11-month-old after that, I was like, you know what, I need to get back to who I used to be. Like, I felt like I lost myself in who I was. Like, I wasn't happy with the person I was. I was embarrassed to be in pictures. Like, I was embarrassed to like even look at myself. You kind of just lose yourself. Like, as a mom, we put ourselves like last. It's like everybody else like is first, and then like we think about ourselves last. And so I finally was like, you know what, like I have to make myself happy, because if I'm not happy, my kids don't have a happy mama. So I reached out to Amanda with my youngest. At a month old, we found out that he had to have open heart surgery. So that was really huge on us, breastfeeding. And so once I knew that he was okay, it was time to take care of me and I needed to lose the weight. So I reached out to Amanda, and I was nursing at the time. And so I just told her, I want to lose the weight. I want to do it in a healthy way. And my biggest thing was that I was nursing. So she's like, we have a program for that. And I was like, okay, awesome. Like, I want to hear all about it. So she introduced me to OPTAVIA's nursing program. I did really well with the program. I had a goal by June to lose the weight, and I reached that plus lost like an additional couple pounds. So I was really happy. I was still nursing, and I was happy again. I was happy with who I was. I was like so excited. We were going to Mexico. I was so excited to like buy swimsuits and buy dresses, like stuff I wasn't comfortable wearing. I wasn't worried about, oh, I need to get a cover up because I don't like how I'm going to look in a swimsuit. And so it was just like so exciting. Like, I got my self-esteem back. Like, it was like a confidence booster. I was like taking pictures, like selfies, and, like now I'm not afraid to be like on the other side of the camera. I was always taking pictures of like my family, my kids, like everybody else. But like now you know, I'm happy to take those pictures. And so, you know, I did really well with the nursing program. I lost 30 pounds with that. And, you know, like everybody else says, like the results are definitely different with everybody. So, you know, the results aren't always the same. But I was really happy with the program. I was able to nurse all the way until my son was 10 and a half months. I have a freezer and a half full of milk, so that will carry him through his first year. So I was able to stop nursing. My goal was to get him to a year, and he'll definitely get there. So I've now switched to the 5-in-1 program. So just to lose, like I want to lose about maybe another 10 pounds, you know, so that's just my next personal goal. But after starting the program and really seeing like what it did for me, I reached out to Amanda and James, Flora's husband. They kind of helped me look into the coaching side of things. So at that point, you know, I wanted it to be to keep myself accountable, and then I wanted to help others. Like I felt there was you know, family and friends like close to my heart that I wanted to help on the program. So, you know, I started coaching and I introduced it to a couple of family members, and they did it for a little while, and, you know, then personal things, you know, things happen and stuff like that. But I'm still on this journey. I want to, you know, get my story out there more and, you know, just help out. And I have Amanda to thank for that. And so, you know, if you guys are interested, definitely reach out to who invited you to this call. It's definitely, you know, it's life changing. And I think in so many different ways, like, you know, it got me to lose the weight, and it got me like, you know, my body back, but it also got like my mental health back, because I was in such like a sad, depressed state. You know, after having my youngest, you know, you get into that like PTSD, and you're like, okay, this is like not good for me, you know. And so this program has definitely helped me in more ways than one. So I thank you, Amanda, and I thank you all for listening to my story. And I hope if you're interested, you know, you reach out and you get on this same journey as us.
Thank you, Steph. I'm so happy you're on this journey with me. Oh my gosh, these women are just amazing. Some boss moms right here. I don't want to take too much more of your time because I know our time is valuable. But I just wanted to quickly go over our trilogy. So when we talk about healthy body, we're talking about what does it mean to be your best physical health. And so that includes healthy weight, healthy eating, healthy sleep, physical activity, relaxation, safe and healthy environment. I did put this little piece down here for moms who are also working on their nutrition, how it helps with the milk production and healthier skin and all of those things. So we always try to have our people rate themselves on their healthy body, because we always want to be a 10 in the trilogy. So if you want, you can go ahead and just kind of rate yourself how you feel in terms of your healthy body. We utilize 4 components: coaching, really working on your mindset to develop healthy habits, involve you in the community, and really teach you about how to properly fuel your body. Again, a lot of our moms, we talked about healthy mind. We cannot show up as our best selves for our families if we are not mentally healthy. And so that looks like making sure we have strong relationships. You know, our engagement at work is good. We feel fulfilled. Community involvement. We're doing things for fun for ourselves. So thinking about what that looks like for you for your healthy mind. And then we also integrate our clients into like the transformation system. And that's really where you get the mental work behind really doing the getting you in the right mindset. Healthy finances. Every woman that was on tonight is a mom boss, and our hustle comes from being a mom. We don't have a choice. A lot of times they say, how do you do it? We don't have a choice. We do it. We show up and we make it happy. So having healthy finances is very important, because when your finances aren't there, it's going to impact your mental health, and then it's going to impact your physical health, because you're going to, cope in other ways. And then just real quick, so how financially unhealthy are we as a whole, as a nation? So 62% of our have less than 1,000 in savings to cover emergencies. 21% have no savings whatsoever. 29% less than 1,000 in retirement. 46% less than 10,000 for retirement, and 40% plan to work until they can't work anymore. So, as a whole, we need some healthy finances. And so what could that look like for you? Just to give you a quick idea, 5 clients would be about $465 a month, 25 clients. Again, we have our disclosure here, because it's not, with like anything, you got to work for what you want. Real quick benefits, some freedom and flexibility, reinforce. That's really why I got into coaching, is because I wanted the self accountability. I thought if I teach other people how to do it, I'm going to strengthen my own health. And so that's why I personally got into coaching. But then as I've been able to help people, that has been, I actually left a 14-year teaching career because I was able to just have such a great impact and help people. And it's a home-based business. I get to be here full-time for my family. And so I just want you to think about, what does living an abundant life look like, and what does it mean to you? And so I just want to thank you all for joining us. Getting started is very simple. I really, really want to encourage you to speak to the person who invited you to the call. And they'll help guide you and get you started, and just know that you are not in it alone. We are in this together. And I just wanted to thank you all for joining. Have a great night.